Imagine that your dream job came with one rule, and that rule is learn an entirely new language or you're fired. Well, there are some incredible actresses who have done way more than just learn their lines for a movie. They've mastered entire foreign languages, sometimes for just one single role. And they're not just dabbling, they've actually become fluent in these languages. In this video, I'm going to show you 13 amazing women who have played superheroes, spies, scientists, queens in multiple languages, but obviously it wasn't easy getting there. One of them spent 9 hours just trying to read through her script. Another learned a brand new language to escape actual danger.
Y cuando España empezó a ganar y ganar y ganar, yo me presentaba en el rodaje con la camiseta de la Roja.
You probably know that Penelope Cruz is Spanish. She was born in Spain and had to learn English for Hollywood. You know how it goes when you get to America.
I spoke so little. I just knew my lines.
One day she was offered a role that wasn't Spanish or English.
Devo lasciare la casa a quelli del cantiere. Dopo me ne torno al paese. Sì, poi dopo forse me ne vado in Canada.
For this movie, Don't Move, she had to learn a whole new language. Italian.
Ho dovuto praticare un po' per il film, no? Pensavo tanto tempo che sono stata con la mia nonna.
Also, until that movie, she'd flat out refused to lose her Spanish accent. She thought it was a part of who she was, but now she was playing in Italian.
A lot going on for a few months. I would be there just talking in Italian.
That's not easy, and she was so good, she started getting full-on Italian roles afterwards.
È pericoloso, sai? Soprattutto per te e per quell'amica tua.
But I'm a bit naughty because I skipped the part where Penelope had already been in a French movie.
Ligne de cœur, l'amour.
Le réveil me plaît beaucoup. Bonjour, charmant réveil.
Ce que tu as connu n'est rien à côté de ce qui t'attend.
Like I say, no dubbed lines there at all.
Oui, j'ai étudié français à l'école 8 ans, mais je ne parlais pas bien. Je dois tourner ici, pratiquer et faire un autre film en français.
Turns out that she studied French first, and if you're wondering how she keeps it all up, well, she practices by watching the same movie, by choosing a movie and watching that same movie in different languages. Now, I'll be honest with you, it was not easy deciding who to keep and who to lose for this video.
I am not some angry, unfun woman who doesn't deserve to be included. Dieses Fest muss klappen. Sie werden bereuen, mich nicht zu mögen.
Sorry, Tina Fey, I do like you, but I promise 13 fluent actresses.
Du var verkligen inne på ananas. Jag menar, du älskar det. Och någon annan säger, hej, tjena grabben, vill du ha några gratis ananas?
You know her face, but you probably don't know her secret.
Yeah, it's the cadence. It's like the hurdy-durdy-burdy-da-da-da-da. My husband actually thinks it sounds like a Martian language, but he's from Italy, so he's like, my language is so beautiful.
So what is Malin Ackerman talking about? I do hope I said her name properly.
My name is Malin Ackerman.
Well, there you go. And you say it like that because her native language is Swedish.
Det är ju, mamma och pappa, de är ju svenska. Så när vi träffas så blir det svenska, och även när man pratar i telefonen. Men...
Isn't that lovely? She's also in a Swedish musical, although I haven't seen it yet. Anyway, Malin was born in Sweden, moved to Canada when she was age 2, and is now married to an Italian who, listen to this, couldn't speak a word of English when they first met. And this might sound a bit crazy, but I've had many friends in the past who I've met through a kind of shared interest in language or some other activity, but where we couldn't actually communicate very well. If you find something in common or a shared interest, you can get over this language barrier, and then it can be a fantastic way to actually learn the language. She said herself that moving countries so young actually helped her ears adapt. And if you have any doubts about her skills.
Och den som inte helan tar, den som inte helan får, helan får.
Good old Swedish drinking songs. Must have been a Viking in a past life. Sounding natural in another language is quite important, right? Because whether you're learning French, Swedish, Japanese, or whether you're trying to copy an actor's accent from a specific movie you like, you've got to hear how real people actually talk, not just those slowed down dialogues you find in textbooks or on YouTube. I mean, real conversations, people getting angry, sad, excited, bored, all of it. So how do you do that? TV, movies, interviews, game shows, even reality dating shows in other countries.
근데 하지 마다. 예린이한테 받았네.
And yes, they are just as chaotic, in case you're wondering. That's the kind of input that your brain really needs. But here's the problem. A lot of the content for this in other languages is locked to specific countries. So the exact thing that you need to watch, it might not be available where you are geographically. And that's where NordVPN comes in. They are very kindly sponsoring this video. See, with Nord, with one click, you can switch your virtual location and unlock content from over 118 countries. That's a whole world of languages suddenly open to you. So if you want to work on your Brazilian Portuguese or get a feel for how French actresses really talk. You just switch locations and boom, you are there. It works on all your devices, phones, laptops, tablets, even smart TVs. And it also protects your connection on public Wi-Fi. So if you're in a cafe, doing something sensitive, you are safe. I've been using Nord for years now, and it's honestly one of the most useful tools, both for work in general, but also for language learning. So if you want to check it out, head to NordVPN's exclusive link in the description. Right now, they're offering you 4 extra months free on a 2-year plan, and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee with that. So if you don't like it, they just give you your money back. It's totally risk-free, super fast. Click the link in the description and give it a try.
You moved to this country at what age?
7.5.
You were 7.5 when you moved here, and so did you speak English when you moved here?
No, not a word.
Now, this one surprised me. Most people don't realize that Mila Kunis' first language is not English, it's Russian. But she's actually not Russian. No, her family were immigrants. She was born in Ukraine, lived in Russia for a bit, and then moved to the US as a kid.
Ты все время говорю, лет и год, я не понимаю, как это переделать. But anyways, okay.
So let me get this straight. She didn't speak a single word of English when she arrived, and just 2.5 years later, she was doing this.
And threw the silverware in the garbage. That's not true at all, Melinda. Yes, it is. My aunt told me. My aunt knows everything.
You know how kids pick up languages, right? But she did say that learning English was rough, and she cried a lot. In Mila's words, she went from not knowing the word purple to playing Jackie on that 70s TV show.
Oh, honey, it's blush, not spray paint.
And her weird little language learning secret is she used to watch none other than The Price is Right. Remember that? Well, that feels like the most chaotic way to learn a language, but it worked.
Oh my goodness, is that...
In Russian.
Okay, you speak Russian.
But I don't read it.
Oh dear. That is an easy fix, Mila. Alphabets aren't the hard part. Who's next?
Pour ce que j'avais envie de donner en tant qu'actrice pour ce rôle, pour enrichir ce rôle, et c'était magnifique. Une musique qui vous accompagne, je dirais The Queens of the Stone Age depuis le tournage.
Wait, Olly, she's French? Well, sort of. She's fluent, but Diane Kruger is actually German, born and raised. Now, see if you can keep up. She learned Latin for 8 years in school, then moved to London as a teenager to study ballet, which is where she picked up English. Then at 15, she headed to Paris to model and somehow ended up in a French drama school. And get this, she didn't just learn everyday French. The plays were in Old French, as in how they spoke centuries ago. I think Shakespeare, but in French. It's very different from modern French. Kind of a nightmare to learn. But hey, if you're living in Paris, regular French soaks in fast enough. And that's how I did it when I was 19, moved to Paris, worked in the youth hostel, spoke French every day, and 6 months later, I was pretty much used to the language.
An mich gedacht zu haben, beste internationale Schauspielerin. War toll, es war wirklich ein Wunsch von mir, endlich mal auf Deutsch wirklich spielen zu können, oder eine Deutsche zumindest zu spielen in einem amerikanischen Film.
Now here's a fun one. Inglourious Bastards. She speaks all 3 languages in that movie, German, French, and English, and apparently on set, she spent half her time translating for everyone. If you ever get pulled over by the cops, she's got a handy trick with accents.
Can I see license and registration, please?
Oh, monsieur, je suis pas d'ici. I'm so sorry, I don't understand. I'm not from the country.
There are just hundreds of snakes in this temple just waiting for us to show up.
What?
Delete, delete, delete.
Not many people know this, but Sandra Bullock grew up partly in Germany.
Da ist kein Perfektes. Das gibt's nicht.
Her mum was a German opera singer, and she spent years living in Nuremberg, till she was 12, in fact.
Is this true that you grew up in Germany?
Yes, between Germany and Washington, D.C.
I never realized that.
I've listened to a lot of Sandra speaking German, and I'll say this. It isn't textbook perfect. It's way better.
Ach, Mensch, bin ich nervös, weil da drüben auf dem Boden liegt meine Sprache.
Nothing fake about that, which makes me wonder, could Barbie speak another language?
I first heard about it through my agent, as always, but the main thing was Greta Gerwig.
Yes, that is Barbie's clever scientist friend, physicist Barbie, which you knew because you've watched Barbie, right? Like me. Haven't you? Well, I don't know. If you're confused about the posh British accent, Emma Mackey is actually an English actress, not American.
It's like a spa day for my brain. Forever. What is wrong with them?
Okay, enough teasing. My spies told me that she's beautifully fluent in another language, and they weren't lying.
Et qu'il y a évidemment une sensibilité qui est là, qui est beaucoup plus marquée, et ça c'est beau.
Fantastic French, and it makes sense because her dad is French and she grew up spending lots of time in France, so now you know. By the way, if hearing these actresses speak so beautifully makes you think, okay, maybe I can do this too, then I've got something for you. It's called the Story Learning Fluency Blueprint, and it's totally free. Inside you will find all the tools that I wish I had when I started out in my language learning journey. It's got a language difficulty chart that shows you which languages are harder or easier than others. It's a printable goal planner, a study sheet to track your new words, and even a guide to the best binge-worthy TV shows that can help you learn quickly. It's all based on my story learning method, where you learn languages naturally through stories, which we've taught to tens of thousands of people who keep coming back for more. You can get this completely free. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description and you'll get it straight to your inbox. So what would you do if language skills were literally a matter of survival?
So both of them, they really hurt me very badly. One of them was Prince of Persia. It was when the government of Iran took my passport and they didn't let me leave, and that led to my exile. It was the most traumatic time of my life.
Whoa, exile? Yes, it's a true story. The lovely actress from Extraction is originally from Iran and had to flee her own country after acting in a movie with Leo DiCaprio without a hijab.
And the funny thing is that she wants to live in America.
What a crazy world. The language of Iran is Farsi, sometimes called Persian. You heard of it? Incredible. Anyway, since then, she's learned new languages and built a whole international acting career in English, Persian, and French.
En fait, je suis psychanalyste et je veux ouvrir mon cabinet ici à Zahra. Je voudrais en parler aux clients du salon, si vous me le permettez.
And this isn't just a few lines she learned for the movie either. Her French is pretty perfect.
J'avais très peur, parce que l'histoire était tout proche.
And that's not all. She even knows a bit of Arabic and Kurdish. I guess when a language saves your skin, you'll learn it fast.
Do you speak French?
Yes, I do.
You
well,
do?
no, not very well, but enough to like get by. And they're very. If you make the effort, I find that they're very, very kind and appreciate. They think an American accent's pretty.
I disagree.
cute.
I disagree with you.
Here's someone who makes the rest of us feel pretty terrible about ourselves. She has a psych degree from Harvard. She's a fantastic actress. She can dance, and the internet says that she speaks 6 languages.
Manger des escargots, c'est trop chelou. Eating snails is too weird. Ce film est ouf. This film is amazing or crazy, right? Cette interview est relou. This interview is boring. Yeah. Okay.
French pronunciation is not easy to fake, so I believe her. Didn't she learn some Japanese in high school as well? Well, I don't know how far she got with Japanese, but this is pretty cool. English is not even Natalie Portman's first language.
Hebrew was my first language.
If you knew that she was born in Israel, this makes perfect sense, of course. She even acted in Hebrew movies. I couldn't find any evidence of her speaking Spanish, German, or Arabic, but she definitely loves languages.
Do you like Portuguese?
Portuguese is one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful. Brazilian Portuguese in particular is just...
Yes.
She says she got into languages because she was a shy kid, just like a lot of polyglots that I know.
I'm Sandra Oh, and if you don't know, Oh in Korean means, huh.
엄마, 아빠.
사랑해요. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone knows Sandra Oh is brilliant, and you probably realize that she's Korean. Really? Here's something really odd about her. She speaks another foreign language far better than her own mother tongue, and I'm not talking about English.
Très important. Tu sais, je réfléchis. J'étais ici pour ma première fois en 1994 à FIPA.
Yep, and she didn't learn French in France. She learned it at theatre school in Canada, where she grew up.
L'école m'a donné l'habilité de demander ce que j'ai besoin.
You've got to love a nice Quebecois accent.
Ich lebe mit Kraft von der Frau. Und darum, dass wir uns gegenseitig können drohen und unterstützen.
What language do you think this is? It might keep you guessing. Vicky Krieps is that actress from Phantom Thread. You've seen it, an incredible movie with Daniel Day-Lewis, and she's fluent in 4 languages.
Oh, that's very predictable of you.
German, French, English, and Luxembourgish. Luxembourgish. That's right, they speak it in this tiny little country right here, Luxembourg, and that's fewer than 400,000 people. As for her German, she's so good she can act in German movies.
Mein Name ist Vicky Krieps. Ich bin Schauspielerin. Dies vor allem beim Film. Und ich nehme meinen Beruf sehr ernst.
Listen, if we were choosing a winner from all these women for best foreign language speaker, I'd be tempted to vote for Vicky. Tell me that this isn't perfect French.
Ma langue à moi personnelle, c'est le langage du silence. Et après, je parle le luxembourgeois, c'est la langue de mon père. L'allemand, c'est la langue de ma mère. Le français, c'est la langue de mon cœur. L'anglais, c'est la langue de ma tête.
Yep, I relate to that. I've felt it myself, how different languages don't just change the words you use, they tap into different parts of your soul. And lucky for Vicky, she grew up bouncing between all 4 languages. But there are some languages coming up that even Vicky Krieps can't do.
Abbiamo qui un tipo di pane di Umbria che si chiama torta di testa.
Okay, I had no idea that Gwyneth Paltrow could speak Italian. I knew about the other languages, but not this.
I'm learning Italian. Sono Gwyneth Paltrow e sono il fondatore di Goop.
There you go, practicing Italian while she cooks. Perfect. And a good immersion tip right there. Learn the language by actually doing something. Very good. Now, Gwyneth is always having fun with the languages she speaks, and her Hollywood friends know it. Check this out.
Ça a été très bien pour moi. Et toi?
She went to all these nice schools and they spent all this money and now she's all fancy and comes out and you just love her.
And that's how she learned French, at fancy school. And she's crushing it.
Je peux parler un petit peu. Je suis en train d'apprendre. J'ai un professeur aux États-Unis très bien qui s'appelle Nadine.
I've saved the best for last, though. It all started when she was 15 and she spent a year living with a host family in Spain.
You would definitely think I spoke Spanish if you heard me speak Spanish, but I still make mistakes.
She said that it changed her life. To this day, she still visits them, still speaks the language, and even became an honorary citizen of the town.
Bueno, cuando tenía 15 años yo estaba estudiando español en el colegio Nueva York.
Spanish is pretty beautiful, so say what you want about Gwyneth, the woman commits.
How do you actually pronounce your name?
Charlize Theron. She's an American icon, and you may have seen clips of her speaking her mother tongue.
I mean, it's baie moeilik om in Afrikaans te praat as daar net een persoon is wat Afrikaans praat en niemand praat terug nie. So dis 'n bietjie snaaks.
Just wait, this is going to get interesting. We have to clear up a mystery that's been driving me crazy for a while. So Charlize grew up in a small town in South Africa, speaking Afrikaans at home, and English is her second language, though you never say so, but she's very, very American. She once joked that she'd punish her kids in Afrikaans because they won't understand, but it will sound scary enough. I bet. Anyway, the story goes she came to America as a teenager and had to learn English to survive and get into Hollywood. Sound familiar, right? But did she really? I've never understood that because most South Africans can speak English, so I investigated. Charlize Theron, could she or could she not speak English before the US?
What do you want to do besides being a model? Che vuoi fare a parte essere una modella? Tipo più tardi.
Well, yes, I would like to try my luck out on the big screen. I would like my lover to respect me for what I'm doing and give me the chance to do what I would like to do in life.
Well, that's pure gold. Charlize could speak English just fine, South African English.
Actually, I learned to speak English by watching late night shows.
That's bizarre.
That's bizarre, yeah.
I mean...
And I was sitting there and I was like already doing a little bit of press for the girl and I was like, I don't understand what they're asking me. I was like, I have to learn English.
Like many actresses who came to Hollywood from overseas, Noomi Rapace had to learn English and it all happened in hotel rooms.
Originally, where are you from originally?
I'm Swedish, Spanish. My dad was Spanish flamenco singer. My mom's Swedish, my stepdad Icelandic. So I have like a strange mix.
Wow. You're going to hear her speaking those in a bit, but I just love her language learning story because it's something that I can relate to very closely. And a lot of my students say the same. So Noomi hated not being good at English. She said, it took me 9 hours to read a script and I had to look up every single word. 9 hours just to read it?
Och det var fruktansvärt. Jag fick sån panik av att inte kunna kommunicera, att inte förstå vad de frågade mig. Jag kände mig så underlägsen.
Love that. I had to make it mine. And this is interesting. When she was 7, she moved to Iceland, learned Icelandic, and accidentally landed a role in a pretty brutal Viking movie. As you do. Since then, she's spoken Swedish, Icelandic, even Danish in movies.
Han sagði við mig, ég var alltaf svona konuleg, hvað ég svona feminin. Ég var bara svona, nej, ég lofa þig, ég ekki feminin.
As for Spanish, well, she's working on that right now. And if you're anything like Noomi, powering through word by word, you'll know that it takes grit. But it doesn't have to be that hard. So check out my next video where I show you a smarter way to learn a language from scratch. I'm going to give you the exact steps, step by step, no guesswork whatsoever. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Go and watch that now. There's a trick in there that will make everything a lot easier for you.